Do you have time to be interviewed?
Sure. Initially, why I joined was I was told I would be able to go see movies for free. I was lied to. But it's been fine. I mean, I'm fine with paying for my own movies. I love to go see movies anyway, and I love to review them and talk about them.
I have a knack for talking because I talk a lot, and I love movies. So I figured when I got the offer for it, why not join? It sounds like a great opportunity, and I've been having a great time ever since.
Because I got a text one night saying, hey, we need help at the TV studio. And I said, all right, why not? So I come in here and I work behind the camera. And that's when I found the wonderful invention of a head microphone piece. And as a lot of people probably heard, I just started joking around on that. And I really liked being behind the camera. I'm not much of a huge actor. As long as I'm behind the camera cracking jokes, I'm happy.
I love movies, and I was really excited to get the chance to direct something. And it's been so much fun because, well, you get to picture how you want it to look, and you get to have people set it up for you, and it's really great.
Originally, I didn't actually know that I was joining G Cinema. I've wanted to work in the studio a lot more, and I enjoy doing studio lights and doing engineering, setting up camera work and things like that for the studio. And honestly, there wasn't a show on GTV that was allowing me to do that. But Michelle approached me originally, talking about a show, talked about it in production house more, and then I told her I actually really wanted to work with it.
I hadn't worked with a studio project yet. I wanted to get a little more experience with the studio lighting and work with studio mixing, 'cause I'm an audio guy.
I like working in the studio, and I like working on more script shows.
My favorite part is working with the whole crew and cast and hosts and all that jazz. I mean, they're a really fun group to work with.
My favorite part so far, well, like the preparations generally, especially like before the lighting rehearsals and such, when we're discussing the ideas, like what movies have we seen and which ones we liked and didn't. Everybody's free to talk about it at that point, whether we're talking in front of the cameras or not.
My favorite part of G Cinema is actually like coming in and shooting the show and listening to the hosts joke around, Audra and Andrew, and just like being here and actually shooting it.
My favorite part of G Cinema is going to see the movies because I love to watch movies, and I love my dear co-host. She's awesome.
My favorite part is setting up for the actual shows. There's some interesting things exchanged between the crew. But we have a really good time setting up for shows, whether it's making weird faces or telling really ridiculous jokes. It's just, it makes the process of setting up go a lot faster. I really enjoy that.
Favorite part of G Cinema is probably just the crazy outbreaks that happen while we're filming. Especially during the face-off segment, you get a lot of random tangents.
I don't want to be a giant blue person. I like being a human being. I mean, being big, giant, and blue, you know what else happens? Blue poop. That ain't good, okay?
We usually run a whole DV tape when we're filming, a full hour's worth for a 10 to 15 minute show. So if that gives you any idea of how much of a tangent we can go on.
My favorite part of G Cinema is really simple. I like to direct. I enjoy lighting this background, second favorite part of it, but the Lauren Picorni and Trevor,
I'm Trevor
Harris.
And I'm against Avatar.
They are quite possibly the two most hilarious actors I've ever worked with as a director, and trying to anticipate what they're going to say and how their reactions are going to be during the crosstalk portion of the show. It's pretty much amazing, and it's a huge rush to be able to do it. And even though we only do it for 5 minutes, it's a very intense part of the show, and I enjoy directing that more than anything. All right, can we do one that's arms up, like?
All right.
And just look at her again and just go, what?
I said you're a preposterous woman!
You would do one without you saying.
My favorite part is actually being given permission to boss people around, because I've never really felt comfortable doing that.
I would have to say the favorite part again is me between me cracking jokes and just having a bunch of humor flying through the air.
I have big feet, which leads to big toenails. And you know what they say about big toenails? They're nasty.
And all the mess ups, because the mess ups are really funny.
The school accepted drawing director Paul blah blah.
And I would have to say the face off, that's very funny, because I like talking movies, and when you get two people who don't agree with each other on movies, it's very interesting.
My favorite part of G Cinema is basically the entire thing, because this is one of the best things that I'm working on right now. I'm really involved with it because I've been trying to get this set together, and it's my main assignment in production house, so I've been getting all these people together, figuring out the script, props, and crew, and lighting, and everything together, and it's a nice group. I'm really happy with the team, that they all really like the process.
What I've learned through G Cinema is how to read from a teleprompter, and that has really taught me a lot about how to speak. Over the course of the last couple shows, I feel like I've become better, and really playing off a co-host too. It's been a lot. It's just been a blast.
I have learned that it really takes a team to make something like this happen, and this is a really good team altogether. I learned how to banter back and forth with my co-host. He's really fun to talk with, and also how to read that teleprompter, because the teleprompter is a little tricky.
With One Voice is a film where mystics from the
Whoa, what the heck does that say?
I have learned that people think I'm funny, which I disagree with. I've also learned how to work more behind the camera, which I like. I've also learned that I have a very strong emotional argument. So whenever I get way into an argument, logic goes out the window, and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Especially with like the very first Avatar one, I got pretty into that.
The face-off segment has been far and away a lot more fun than I ever could have imagined. I've had a lot of trouble keeping it together, a lot.
Do you know why they came to Pandora in the first place? Because that's exactly what they did with all the other trees.
That I've learned are working with people can be sometimes difficult, but it's very rewarding in the end. If you're working with people who haven't really worked on technical aspects before, it's a lot more rewarding because it's a way to help them learn. And it also helps me learn about, more about what I'm doing and about how to do it, the right way.
I've learned a lot about lighting in the studio. I've come into Webster without any experience of lighting before, and Steven Neuberg has really taken me under his wing and showed me the steps of the trade and such. And also learned a lot more about how to work with my talent without being able to communicate with them directly. By going through the program director as they talk through the headset to the camera operators who then relay the message to the actors themselves.
I learned a lot about what I like to do because I am graduating in a couple weeks. I've learned that this is exactly what I want to do. I like helping people reach an idea and help them figure out the little quirks that are not working.
And just watching Michelle produce the show, I've learned how to produce things and get an actual movie review show, something like that done.
So is everyone cool if I just take a nap on this couch?
No!
Fail.
What is your name?
What is your favorite color?
What is your quest?
Purple.
Like, you want to see these Chewbacca legs?
Hasta la vista, Webster. I'm so sad it's over. I really like this show.